I'm Jeff, a project manager at Rapido Trains, and I'm here to talk about our upcoming exciting Metra projects, including the iconic Metra F40PHM. A lot of people have asked why we're not doing certain road numbers.
Great to get that out of the way. It's been such a contentious subject. Now we can take a look at our 3 Metra projects. To start, here are the first samples of Metra F40PHM-2s and F40PHM-3s. Metra ordered 30 F40PHM-2s, which were built between 1991 and 1992. They replaced the XB and commuter E9s, more on those later. These F40s are unlike any other with their iconic sloped windshield. Originally, they featured a pilot, a prime beacon on top left, and a layover system alarm beacon. After a few years in service, they received air conditioners and white sill stripes were added. This look continued from the mid-1990s until after 2016. From 2016 onward, every unit was rebuilt by Progress Rail into an F40PHM-3, except 205, which was wrecked en route. F40PHM-3s have a few different features. A plow instead of a pilot, different AC units, a different window on the cab door, and different grab irons on the rear. Additionally, rebuilds lost the general beacon and only retained the layover system alarm beacon. No matter which version you order, you'll get these features: several lights on the front, ditch lights, marker lights, headlight, gyro light, and more, semi-scale width coupler boxes and traction motor detail, a whole mess of piping around the air tanks, and many other details. Since delivery, F40PHMs have been the primary power on the now Metra BNSF line with its incredibly busy schedule, but they are not limited to that line. Currently, they are common on Metra Rock Island and Southwest service, and in the past they have run on Metra Milwaukee West trains and other services. Let's take a look at what the F40PHM-2s replaced: a fleet of 25 rebuilt Burlington Northern E9s. These all began as CB&Q E8s or E9As and were assigned to commuter service. Between 1973 and 1978, they were rebuilt by Morrison Knudsen. Their EMD 567 engines were replaced with 645 EC engines, and their steam generators were replaced with Detroit diesel HEP generators to power rebuilt bi-level cars. From the 1970s until the F40PHM-2's arrival in 1992, this fleet was the backbone of the BN Metra racetrack. By the 1980s, it was highly unusual, as E's had been removed from both long-distance and commuter operation by nearly every railroad. Railfans from all over traveled to the racetrack to see the last large fleet of the units in operation. Our model features several neat rebuilt details. There are exhaust stacks and a fan for the diesel generator at the rear, additional pipes, distinct dynamic brakes in the middle, a different fuel tank, blanked portholes, new vents, and more unique features. What could you pull with all of this cool power? Gallery cars. Bud began building coach gallery cars for Burlington Railroad in 1950 with steam heat. Burlington placed several orders, eventually purchasing cab cars in 1965. Finally, post-BN merger, another batch was purchased in 1973. At the same time, the original orders were rebuilt from steam heat to HEP power. Our initial offering spans the HEP power era, which is 1973 to 2023, because incredibly, these cars are still in service. For the entire time span of the rebuilt E's, the ex-Burlington Bud cars were the backbone of the racetrack fleet. Many consists were solid sets or nearly solid sets. That continued in 1998 when new Amarillo cars began delivery and a wider mix of cars followed. Eventually, the Bud cab cars were modified to be trailing coaches only with metal plates over the cab window. Even in 2023, nearly every Metra BNSF consist has some ex-Burlington gallery cars in it, and many longer consists have 3 to 4 together. Other lines like Metra Southwest also have these cars in their car equipment pool. All of these cars can be identified by their wider stainless steel fluting, as other railroads' orders of bug gallery cars in the 1970s have narrower fluting. In the modern period, another neat identifying feature are recreated Burlington or BNSF railway placards. Our gallery car models will feature era-appropriate details, including different placards, nameplates, HEP details, and more. Cab car models feature full directional lighting, and all cars come with interior lighting. They also feature free-rolling trucks, sprung diaphragms, gallery car interior detail, and detailed underframes. The order deadline of December 15th is quickly approaching, so get these orders in.